Prada is one of the most iconic brands in fashion industry. It is a luxury or a dream for some. The designers behind the brand have always strived to be innovative while maintaining their classically refined style. The House of Prada has proven its longevity, and the Prada name will still be in demand for years to come. Welcome to The Rich Rabbit, and today we'll be talking about Prada, its history, facts and its journey. The first Prada store was opened in 1913 in the prestigious Galleria Vittorio Emanuele in Milan, Italy. Mario Prada opened the leather goods shop with his brother Martino. The store sold bags, trunks, streamers and travel accessories. In 1919, Prada was awarded the title of official supplier of the Italian royal house. This prestigious distinction allowed Prada to display the House of Savoy coat of arms and knotted rope design in its trademark logo. This honor is what makes Prada a symbol of the Italian aristocracy. This history of Prada gets even more interesting. In the patriarchal style of the times, Mario Prada did not believe that women should work outside the home. He excluded his female family members from working for his company. Ironically, his only son had no interest in the family business. His daughter Luisa Prada took over the family business as Mario's successor and ran it for almost 20 years. In 1970, Miuccia Prada joined the family business, having earned a PhD in political science and dabbled in mime at the Piccolo Teatro. She got down to work, designing her first set of backpacks and totes, with the nylon Vela bag among them. Transforming a functional, waterproof fabric into something luxurious and fashionable was a bit of a novelty. And its sleek, understated branding was a complete antithesis to the logo-heavy It bags doing the circuit at that time, making it a surefire hit. Miuccia initially devoted herself to designing accessories. She did continue the tradition of producing high-quality bags and luggage for the family business. In 1977, Miuccia Prada met Patrizio Bartelli, a young Italian with his own leather goods business. He joined the Prada family business, and his partnership with Miuccia took the history of Prada in a new direction. Miuccia's sophisticated creativity and Bartelli's entrepreneurial intuition helped expand the Prada business. The company first added footwear to their growing product line in 1979. Its first collection of women's shoes was very well received. The business continued to grow and gain attention. Prada expanded its network of directly owned stores into markets all over the world. The stores were known for their clean aesthetics, as well as the unique green hue the walls were painted with. The color became known as Prada Green. The first green store opened in Milan in Via della Spiga. Boutiques in London, Madrid, Tokyo, and Paris soon followed. The global success of the Prada brand pushed Miuccia Prada and Patrizio Bartelli in new directions. A women's wear line was introduced in the late 80s. Prada's first fall-winter collection debuted on the catwalks of Milan in 1988. The designs were distinct due to their dropped waistlines and narrow belts. The fashion world fell in love with Prada's clean lines, luxurious fabrics, and color selections. The history of Prada turned as they became one of the most coveted brands in the fashion world by the early 90s. Miuccia and Bartelli married in 1987, and the duo is still at the helm of the Prada family business. Throughout the 90s, Prada scaled the heights of the fashion world, and by then was one of the world's best fashion brands. Prada made a conscious decision to make the brand a bit more exclusive, so they produced limited quantities of some of their products. In 1992, Prada launched another fashion brand which they named Miu Miu, the pet name of Miuccia. It targeted younger customers. In 1994, Prada started making men's clothes, and 2 years later opened its iconic and largest clothing store in Manhattan, New York. The company expanded overseas and was a massive hit in Japan, where it opened 20 boutiques. Following a series of acquisitions throughout the 90s, Prada became the #1 luxury goods provider in Europe. Their revenue hit 2 trillion Italian lira. In the 2000s through to 2010s, the acquisitions and mergers slowed down due to a drop in luxury item purchases in Europe. Moreover, there was an increase in the sale of fall luxury goods. In 2001, Patrizio flipped his 25.5% Prada stake in Fendi for just $295 million to LVMH. This kicked off a series of sellouts by Prada. By 2006, the company had sold various brands, including Church & Company and Jill Sander AG. In 2016, Prada's revenue was $3.91 billion. Miuccia and Patrizio are still at the helm of the company in 2020 and have appointed Raf Simons, one of their best designers, as a joint creative director. Aside from Prada, Simons used to work at Calvin Klein, Christian Dior, and Jill Sander AG. The Prada brand has definitely evolved throughout the decades, and Miuccia takes credit for its many innovations in design and fabric. She's added everything to her garments, from beaded latex to minor fragments, and experimented with unique and new fabric blends. But even with all of that experimentation, the quality of the finished item has never gone down. As mentioned before, Miuccia Prada has played a key role in the rise of Prada. As a designer, however, she's infamously difficult to keep pace with. This unpredictability keeps the fashion industry guessing, as everyone ponders what she's got up her sleeve next. For example, 1996 was when she caught the fashion world by surprise. At the time, paddle pushers, small bags, bucket hats, and backless tops were in vogue, but none of them were in avocado green. On top of that, there was no hand-drawn prints either, nor were there clunky, awkward designs that clash with the minimalist design. With Miuccia always contemplating a change, she never waits for fashion. Instead, it's fashion that waits for her. Talk about the style description. Prada clothes and accessories have been described as both classic and eccentric, frumpy but hip, marked by an ambiguous techno-retro sensibility. On the one hand, Prada's style is modern, based very much on northern Italian traditions of discreet elegance and fine craftsmanship. On the other hand, as Miuccia Prada said in 1995, "I make ugly clothes from ugly material, simply bad taste, but they end up looking good anyway." She may have been referring to that season's Bad Taste collection, featuring such styles as Formica check design, which evoked the look of 1970s polyester. Several years later, she said, "I have always thought that Prada clothes look kind of normal, but not quite normal. Maybe they have little twists that are disturbing, or something about them that's not quite acceptable. Prada is not clothing for the bourgeoisie." The eccentricity and intellectual purity of Miuccia Prada's clothes appeal to intellectuals and artists, while fashion editors are drawn to her constant experimentalism. Prada produced very strong collections in 2003 and 4 that reaffirm her own aesthetic sensibilities and the stature of her company. So there you have it, folks. We hope that you found our video informative, and if you did, then don't forget to show your support by subscribing to the channel. And yes, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload our next video. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.